I'm Biagini with Campus Reform, and today I'm at Florida State University. Marriage rates are declining in the U.S. Is hookup culture to blame? Let's ask and find out. So a new poll by NBC has found that there's a sharp divide between young conservatives and young liberals when it comes to the prioritization of marriage. So for example, young males who voted for Trump ranked getting married and having children very high on their list of personal success. And young women who voted for Kamala Harris, who voted having children and getting married as very low on their prioritization of, personal success on their lists. What do you think about that prioritization?
I think it's a little backwards to not even think about our children.
I feel like creating a business or like some type of livelihood would be more important than getting married first.
I think a lot less women are prioritizing having children, especially at an earlier age.
I can agree that mine is also quite low on my list as well.
I think, it makes sense, I guess.
The whole goal of our country is the future of our country, and our children are that.
There's a new study by Pew Research Center, which is a top research organization in the U.S. And this new study found that according to data from 2021, 25% of American adults aged 40 years old had never been married before. That is a sharp increase from just 40 years ago when it was only 6%. Why do you think that is?
I also think there's been a decrease in face-to-face personal connection.
I don't know, I guess there's just not as strong emphasis on getting married.
We see younger people are wanting to get married less and less. How everyone's just disagreeing with everything. It's really hard for
If I had to guess, maybe it would be because of 1, rising costs, 2, hookup culture and things like that.
Up at the University of Rochester, their campus newspaper published an article called Sex and the CT. As you could probably infer, it is a 4-step guide to how to have casual sex, also known as hookup culture. Do you think that hookup culture, the acceptance of hookup culture, could be a culprit for declining marriage rates?
Yes, for sure. Especially in younger people, it's really oh, how many bodies do you have? Da da da.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think that hookup culture has existed for a long time in the U.S.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't really see the point in meaningless sex, because I feel like it's supposed to be more like a bond.
I think hookup culture is probably most prevalent in college-age population. I'm sure it kind of persists on into the later age groups, 40s or so, as you kind of go up.
When I went into dating, I didn't go into dating just to hook up. So I don't really, for me, I don't really have that experience, but I could see that being a reason.
Why do you think that hookup culture can be partially blamed for declining marriage rates?
Definitely a lot of attachment issues. I think people are afraid to get into relationships now. They're afraid of being hurt.
What would you tell fellow Gen Z peers who simultaneously want to get married and have a family, but also engage in hookup culture acceptance and think that that's a good thing? Do you have a message for them?
I think that marriage and children are always an option, if that's something that you do choose and that you see as a goal for yourself.
Think about your future. If you keep dating a certain way versus, finding someone who you'd actually be willing to stay with and live with and make a family with.
There's so much more to having a genuine bond with somebody outside of just their body.
Have fun while you're young, and then, eventually your brain's going to develop and you're going to understand what you want more.
I think it's just important to know what you want and be very open about it.
Find God, build your relationship with Him, read the Bible, and you'll find that He loves you, and that love is stronger than anything hookup culture, anything you'll find like that.
Lock in, I guess.
Lock it in. There you go. You heard it here, folks.